I'm Rebecca Carner, Biofield tuner. This video is a tuning video where I'm going to tune into cognitive dissonance. I'm not going to overly define it or talk too much about it. There are many. Just type it in cognitive dissonance into YouTube. You will find much wonderful content describing what it is, describing why it is, all the things. Everybody has cognitive dissonance. It's part of the human experience. We want to be able to predict things. We want the things that we do and the things that we surround ourselves with to match our view of ourselves. And a lot of times they don't. And so we do all these mental gymnastics to try and create resonance and coherence where there's dissonance. And some of them are sort of trivial things, not really that dire, and some of them are incredibly dire. They hurt us, they hurt the people around us. Culturally, we're having cognitive dissonances. Interpersonally, we're having cognitive dissonances. And the reason why they're so hard to overcome is that to really lean into them, it makes us feel uncomfortable physically. We literally feel uncomfortable in our bodies. And we are increasingly not being able to know how to handle that because so much of our physical discomfort we're masking in a multitude of different ways, from pharmaceutical to behavioral workarounds. We want to blanket and we want to make everything feel better now. And when you confront a cognitive dissonance, like I want this to be true, say I really want to think that this is fun, but I'm not really having a good time. Well, that's all right. I'm a little bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. My friends are having a good time, and so I just want to stay here because they're having a good time. So I'm going to say I'm having a good time, and it's not really true, but I'm just going to keep going. And we blow past these yield signs and these stop signs all the time. So without too much further talking, I really want to tune in whatever comes up in the collective body around cognitive dissonance. I'm just going to tune into, we all have it. I know I've been personally sort of noticing all the places that I could maybe do more noticing and less sort of keep going. This is a topic that's really near and dear to my heart. It is, I notice all the places, of course, with so many things dissonant, it's so much easier to notice them on others than notice them on yourself. But the work that I've done with clients and the work that I've done with friends and family and with myself over the years, I just notice more and more, if ever something is super noticeable to me out there on somebody else or culturally as a manifestation, it's always an indicator that that is also me. And it's hard. This is like one of the hard things, is overcoming this. And so may this tuning make it easier for myself and for everybody to be able to catch ourselves when we're in a dissonant pattern, and being able to face the discomfort to make choices and behaviors and actions that are more in alignment and more coherent. Everybody take a deep breath. Wow, initially, I mean, my whole stomach just did a somersault. This is just really uncomfortable. You know, one of the videos I watched in preparation for filming today, the doctor talked about the extreme anxiety that can come up. And I just really felt that immediately. Whew, okay. This is really feeling, I feel like a skittish colt, and I just want to bolt. I just want to get out of here. It's okay. It is okay. Anxiety is unexpressed emotion. Anxiety is unexpressed sound. Anxiety is the lie that tries to keep us stuck. Don't let, I'm feeling anxious, make you turn away. Lean into it. It's just a smokescreen. Wow, there is profound emotion. This is just like it's like a jar full of lightning bugs, just bzz, 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 whew. 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 Okay, I have to speak to this. Wow, it is like there is a lot of emotion. I'm kind of having a hard time not crying. There is this giant ball of just threatening nausea that feels like if I were to really look at myself, I'm terrified. I mean, it is terror. Like I'm terrified that I won't be as good a person as I want to think I am. Y'all, okay, so here is a thing. Okay, the jig is up. I hope this is well received, but like we're all kind of pretty good people, and guess what? We all suck. Like we're all shitty sometimes. And that's okay. That doesn't make us arch villains. That doesn't make us the worst. We're all good and we're all a little bit bad. And that's okay. Be honest and be able to say, ugh, that I did that and it was yucky. And I keep doing that. I do that every day and I accept this in my life, or I go and do these things and they aren't in alignment with my heart. And that doesn't make me hideous. Like, what if we lightened the whole thing up? There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Like to breathe through that. Okay, so the thing that's coming to me, if you wrote a paragraph, right? If you wrote a paper, if you wrote a letter, let's say, everybody has somebody that they've wanted to say something to. So what if you drafted a letter, an email or a handwritten letter, it doesn't matter. And you started to clunk it out, you get a little bit lost in your own emotional sauce, you set it down, you go take a walk, you come back, you read the letter, and you're like, wow, okay, I really went off the rails. I got a little lost in my own sauce here. Would you think, that's it? I'm illiterate. I can never write another thing. I can never write a letter. I can never, put two words together. That's it. That's it. I will never write another word. No, you'd think, wow, I need to edit this. Okay? Same. If we are doing something that is not not in alignment, we can edit that. That is available. What if it's really bad? What if it involves substance abuse or kind of quasi doing things that aren't groovy towards others, or any number of things? You can edit that. To see it and to let it register is the most uncomfortable it will be. After that, it gets better because you can change your behavior. There, good. Okay, my stomach is back in my stomach now instead of like wanting to come up, so that's fantastic. Great. There we go. Nice big deep breath. Nice big deep breath. Okay, now I'm gonna tune into the upper space up here, our thoughts, our beliefs. Around cognitive dissonance. Wow. Okay. Cognitive dissonance at its heart is a behavioral and sort of psycho-emotional confirmation bias. We want that, what we already know, to continue to be so. One video I watched, the presenter did a really good job of talking about the cognitive dissonance that happens when we really want something to be true. So it's like, there's the cognitive dissonance. I feel like most people who are going to watch this video are sort of, we're familiar with the cognitive dissonance of the patriarchy or the patriarchal society, the patriarchal masculinity. We're clear on the cognitive dissonance of why the sort of status quo around medicine won't also include complementary methods like this, things like that. We're so clear on when cognitive dissonance bucks the system. But there's also cognitive dissonance for like the do-gooders, if you will. the woman who wants to really support her family and really wishes that that if she just sticks it out, if she just does this, if she just sort of overrides all of her bodily exhaustion and keeps doing, that it's going to serve everybody and that's going to be really good. Okay, that is also a kind of cognitive dissonance. That is saying I'm overriding what my body is saying, which is that I need to go home and get some rest, or I need to get out of this relationship, or this person really is not my friend. But you don't really want that to be true. Oh, well, she didn't mean it. Oh, well, he's going to get better. Oh, he said he'd change. There's that kind. So there's the cognitive dissonance of counterdependence, of like narcissism, like it's my way or the highway, even if you present information that definitely says your way is not working. So there's the cognitive dissonance of counterdependence, but there's also the cognitive dissonance of codependency. And there's a whole lot of that. So cognitive dissonance has nothing to do with malintent, maliciousness, status quo, nothing. It is personal, and everybody's got it. There we go. Okay, I'm getting a lot of information about the endocrine system. There's a bunch of stuff around dopamine. There's a bunch of stuff around cortisol in here. I'm going to send some vibrations directly into the brain. We're so hooked on our dopamine centers. Our dopamine drip has just gotten culturally and systemically completely uncalibrated. So to be able to sustain, anybody who feels like they kind of need to massage their neck, whew. We want that quick little feel-good hit. The point, click, and ship, the online purchase, the escapism of the screen in all the ways that can come. That we don't want to stick with it. We just want to distract before we even sit with it long enough. All right, breathe into the chest. Oh man, if we would just give ourselves a minute. It's the speed. We have to switch gears so quickly. It's okay, you guys, it's okay. I once read this article when my kids were far younger than they are now about give your kids the gift of failure. And it was to sort of thwart helicopter parenting, which had just become a concept at the time. And really to say, you know, let your kids stumble a little bit because that's how they learn how to walk, right? You stumble, you fall, oh, you get up, you keep going. And what I'm really getting is give ourselves the gift of boredom as grown-ups, as adults. We need to be able to pause. Here it comes again. Okay. Yeah, it's the pause, it's the rest. So one of my dearest, favoriteest yoga teachers is also deeply trained in musical theory. And I believe in music, it's called the rest. And I think it has like a little symbol when you're reading sheet music. Okay, I am in the root chakra, and it is the amount of emotion. I am having a hard time not crying. You guys, you're not bad. It's not going to fall apart. And even if you are a little bit bad, like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because guess what? If you do something that feels better, then everything just gets better. Like, you'll be better. Can't face the fact that maybe everything that you do isn't aligned with your values and beliefs. Great. You got the opportunity to shift them. That's when we get to edit. It's okay. It's okay. God, we are so terrified that we're wrong. We're so terrified that somebody's going to see, but we're not even realizing we can't even look at ourselves in the mirror. How the emotion is profound. I'd like everybody to think of somebody that they really love, somebody that you know, like, well, somebody that you know well, who you love. You just love them. And think about how much you love that person, right? Like, you love them. They're one of your people. You will love them forevermore. Is that person perfect? Is that person without blemish, without flaw, without character, hiccup? No? And you love them, right? You love them. Okay, that's you. Like, that's okay. That applies to you too, okay? You can be a little bit not perfect. Yikes. Like, really not perfect and still lovable. Okay, that just calmed down. That just calmed down. Okay, good job. Wow, good. Yay. Okay, good. Wow. This is really about concerns that other people are gonna see. I don't know, I don't know how to make this, how to normalize being human. Okay, I mean, there is nobody, there's no celebrity, there's no politician, there's no industry leader, there is nobody who's perfect. There is nobody who is, I don't know, maybe the Dalai Lama's beyond above reproach. I think that guy's got it cinched. So, maybe the Dalai Lama's gonna find Rebecca Carner's video, but if not, everybody else, it's okay. Nobody's perfect. And you don't have to publicize where you've been dissonant. You don't have to write a blog about it. It's okay. But still take a look at it, okay? Still take a look at it. It's like the fear we carry really low in our body, but like the contraction is just all up in the chest. It's in the diaphragm, it's in the heart, it's in the lungs, it's in like our shoulder bones. It's you can breathe through it, you can, and it changes, not even a minute. Wow, before you distract, what if you hung out in the for like 2 whole breaths or 3 whole breaths? In the 3 whole breaths. What if it only took that long? There we go, to shift. Good. Good. Because the thing is, so one of the videos I watched, talked about it's the choice that makes us uncomfortable. Because like if somebody notices a dissonance, but they really feel like they have no choice but to go ahead and sort of give in to the contradictory, to the dissonant information, then you don't really reprogram yourself, right? If there's no choice, if sort of to get out of the situation or to pass go and collect your $200, you have to say that you're in agreement, in accordance with the other side, quote unquote, then you're not really resetting yourself, is what the video was suggesting. And I believe that to be true. It's that we're given a choice. Oh, you can try and deny that incoming information and stick with your dissonant thought, or you can really you have the choice of giving the incoming information that's contradictory to what you want to be true. And it's that we have to make that choice, and then to make it willingly. That is both the discomfort, but it's also like that has the payoff. That is the that's the yum yum avenue that really makes everything better. And the thing is that once you start that, and then the next thing you do is, in fact, truly more in alignment. It's not la 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 what I want to be true. It's not another step in that direction. It's like really a step in reality. Then you feel so much better and everything just gets lighter. And so then when the next one comes, it's not that you don't feel the discomfort, but you know that when you get over the speed hump, you know, it's not a brick wall, it's just a little speed hump of discomfort. You're going to feel so much better. The road after that is so much more smoother sailing. And that becomes far more of a draw than the discomfort is a deterrent. Years ago, I listened to an Olympic coach being interviewed. This was like before podcasts and stuff. And somebody asked, you know, do those figure skaters, do they have something in their mind that makes them not get dizzy when they go around and around and around and then stick their little skate in the sand, in the ice and stop on a dime? How is it that they don't fall over? And he said, no, they're built exactly the same. They have nothing going on in their brain pan that is any different than anybody else. They simply have done it enough times that they know how to handle it. Period. Practice, practice, practice. And they can stop on a dime and not fall over. And that really struck me, because that speaks to really everything. We choose our input. We choose our practices. We choose whether to examine our life or not. And then as things become uncomfortable, we choose the way that we are uncomfortable. And I will tell you this, after over a half century of living, the more you stay in dissonance, you can get by. You can fudge it. You can kind of carry on, la, 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 down the road, not seeing, not looking. You can get pretty far. And then after a while, if you are still around, it will catch up with you. It always does. It may not show. Other people may or may not be able to see it on you, but you're gonna feel it. So you can choose to lean into the discomfort and edit your behaviors and edit your mindset and start new things, and that's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable for a little while. Or you can get into dopamine imbalance, executive command function, autoimmune disease, I'll say it, cancer, diabetes, profound unhealth, profound physical unhealth. The dissonances will catch up. Ruined relationships, ruined careers, ruined families. You can't outrun it. You cannot outrun it. I'm really focusing in on the third eye. You know, when you walk outside in the spring, sometimes the little shoots, the flowers, the grasses, all the things are starting to come up, and you see the green, you see that beautiful spring green, but there's still that edge in the air, right? You walk out and you're like, ooh, still got a bite in the air. And then one day you walk out and there's that softness in the air. It's just rounded off. It's cool, but it doesn't have that bite anymore. And what I really want to do is round off that, oh, wow. Well, oh, we'll see how this goes. You know what, I am going to finish this. It's raining here in Georgia, And the power just went out. But I am going to keep going. And now it came back on. Well, we'll see how we go. Anyway, that softness, like, may we be able to, just like the breeze doesn't change in velocity, but all of a sudden it's just a little softer and there's not that biting edge on it. So may our ability to see the dissonances coming, to see our opportunities to shift, and may that sort of edge of discomfort just be rounded off a little bit. Because I think by its very function, it has to be a little something something, because that's how we know we did a thing, right? It has to be noticeable, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Ha, nice, nice, nice. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, you guys, that lightened up so much. Ha ha. Oh, oh. All right, I am gonna sing a bowl over this to just really sort of bring it all together and to really round out the tones and soften the edge on all of this as we step more fully towards cognitive resonance. Cognitive resonance. Cognitive resonance. All right, feel really good about that. That really did a thing. I'm going to wrap up the collective energy field here. All right, thank you for looking at cognitive dissonance and moving towards cognitive resonance with me today. Oh, all right. Look me up, RebeccaCarner.com. The power's coming in and out. Can't make this up. I'm rolling with it. This is an important video. Yay. Have a great day.